Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I'm going to be checking out a new track from the band Profiler. The song is called 93, and this is a newer band. They did their debut single last year, Metamorphosis, which I really enjoyed. That was the first track I heard from them, and seeing the progression in the two tracks they released after that, I really wanted to make sure on their newest single to get a video going because I like the sound that they have, the kind of new metal sort of influence in there as well as the heaviness. So here we are. I am going to link all of their social media as well as the video I'll be reacting to today in this video in the description. Otherwise, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it.
And it feels close to me. And it feels close to me. But it don't know. I dream of things out of my reach. I don't wanna say they feel close, but it seems so far away from me now.
Profiler 93, let's discuss. The bass in the beginning, yes. The singing in the song, absolute yes. A lot of fun in this track overall, but I think that sort of fun vibe is balanced by those things that I just mentioned, like that bass. Just overall, the singing throughout the track, I think I preferred to most of the unclean vocals. I really like the singing voice. When the vocals first kicked in, it kind of sounded like it was not necessarily the voice itself, but like the mixing or something like that. It sounded sort of strange, but I really just like the singing voice regardless. So I'm still unsure of what it was. I will definitely be giving this song some more listens. I don't think that it will go like on the top of my rotation playlist, just because for me, I don't listen to a ton of new metal or, you know, stuff that I listen to a ton of metalcore, but I think this blends a line in a way that it will still be on rotation for me more than most things are that have as much metal or new metal influence as this does, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm still not quite sure what that was that I'm talking about with how the vocals sounded when they first kicked in, because there's a lot of singing on the song later, especially towards the outro. When you're listening to singing, it doesn't sound the same. So I definitely think it's got some stylistic weight to it or something like that. So I'll have to go back and listen. Again, yeah, I think I prefer the clean vocals to the uncleans. The uncleans were a lot of fun, and they definitely carried that sort of vibe with like the scratchy sort of deal. I think that they mostly, for the majority, and then at the outro, like as you're getting to the final vocal pieces of this, because I think the outro continues on a bit after what I'm talking about, but like the last bit of vocals, it's kind of like this different style where it's almost like borderline singy, yelly type of deal. That sort of hit harder for me, which I like. That you've got the singing, you've got that style that I'm talking about at the end, because on a full release like of an EP or an album or something, there's a lot of potential for different directions they can go in as well, because I feel like in the, you know, the scratchiness and the unclean parts there that have that sort of sound to them, there's a direction you can take if you expand on that, and then also on the bassiness and the clean singing with like the kind of absence of the guitar, that sound can be expanded on as well. So if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I think with like the scratching, I'm kind of indifferent about that sound. I don't listen to a ton of stuff. Like I know there are with this band, I will say there are a lot of influence. I feel like you can hear like 2000s influences and stuff, but it still sounds modernized and unique enough to where it's not one in particular that I feel like you can hear. You just hear kind of staples from those times in the songs. I definitely, a few bands come to mind, but nothing that's like overwhelming. I do feel like in this genre specifically, there have been a few bands where it's like overwhelming to me, some of the influences I can hear. So I like that they're subtle, and the use of the scratching and stuff that I'm talking about as well. I'm glad that was sort of subtle. I feel like if it was overused in the song, because I'm so indifferent to it and I'm not really like into it, it would have a totally different sort of effect on my opinion of the song overall. But it was just like a quick little bit there, and then yeah, that outro was excellent as well. The clean singing, again, I just want to touch on that voice, excellent. So that's what I really would like to see going forward, some more of that style for my taste specifically, but I think this will appeal to quite a number of people because of the balance there. So those are my thoughts on the song. I think just for me, it's the style of sort of some new metal in the verses and such that have the unclean vocals that I'm talking about, why it won't be like on repeat, like top of my playlist for me. But again, I'll be revisiting this a decent amount. So those are my thoughts on first listen to the song. I will link the video for 93 in the description, as well as Profiler's social media and such. Make sure if you enjoyed this, go give the video on Sharp Tones page a like, check out their social media, all of that good stuff. Other than that, you can also find my link tree in the description, which will have the invite for the Discord server that I talk about on every video, every live stream, because it's full of a bunch of my favorite people. We've got a lot of conversation related to music, as well as a lot of conversation completely unrelated to music as well. Just kind of a lot going on in there. So if you're interested in coming to join, check out the community EP. That will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link. On Instagram, I do keep it all music related, whether it be my merch collection, t-shirts, vinyl, flags, sweatshirts, whatever I have ready to go, ready to post. I have my never-ending merch collection, and I post every Friday about what I've listened to the most over the course of the week, a chart of the top 25 of what I've listened to, singles, EPs, albums, whatever's been on rotation the most that week. Other than that, I sometimes post on my story about new videos, that sort of thing. So if that interests you at all, my handle is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts. But again, that will be in the link tree in the description if you have any interest in following me. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.